Hello, my adorable friends, and welcome to today's math video. All right, we're going to be working in our math work number 4 book. As we get closer to the end of the year, we are just going to be working on some review pages, making sure that we remember how to solve different types of math equations, word problems, all the things, okay? So today we're going to open up our book all the way to page 17. So I'll give everybody a second to get your book out. So remember, we're in math work number 4, and we're opening up to page 17. Okay, if you're back with me, that tells me you have your book open, you have your pencil, and you're ready to rock and roll. So we're going to work on page 17 and 18 today on some review. So let's read through each of the problems. Ready? There was a basketball game on Saturday. Mark scored 20 points for his team. Jerome scored 10 points for his team. How many more points did Mark score than Jerome? So if Mark scored, oops, that's a weird M, sorry. Mark scored 20 points. Jerome scored 10 points. How many more points did Mark score than Jerome? So we're not going to add these together. We want to actually know the difference. So if Mark scored 20 and Jerome scored 10, we're going to actually subtract. So our problem will be 20 minus 10 equals what? And that's how many more points Mark scored than Jerome. And that's one thing we have to remember is when it asks how many more did Mark score, we're not adding together. We have to find out the difference so that we know how many more Mark has. So go ahead and hit pause and solve that equation for us, or for me. Okay. If you're back with me, that tells me you have the first one done. Let's move down to the next word problem. There was a basketball game on Saturday. Mark scored 20 points for his team. Jerome scored 10 points for his team. What is the total number of points that Mark and Jerome scored? So we're going to take how many Mark scored and write it down, how many Jerome scored and write it down, and we want to know the total number of both of their scores. So let's think about that. Are we going to add it together? Are we subtracting? How are we solving that equation? I'm not going to tell you. I want you to show me if you're super smart brains. Remember how we get the total number and what that means, if we're adding them or subtracting them. So go ahead and hit pause. Work on solving this word problem. Come on back when you're ready. If you're back with me, that tells me you're done with both of our word problems. Let's move on to the right-hand side. And it says, count how many tens, count how many ones. Write them on the chart. Then write how many in all. So, what it's asking you to do is it's asking you to count these blocks on the left. And then you're going to fill in how many tens and how many ones. You're going to write it here, and then you're going to give us the total. So let's go through the example first. So there's one completed 10 frame. Remember, when you have a full row like that, all connected, that's one completed 10 frame. Oops, I'm sorry. I was trying to get closer, and I'm knocking us around. So one completed 10 frame means we have 1 in our tens, and then we have 1, 2 loose cubes, so that's our 2 and our 1s. So 1 in our 10, 2 in our 1s. What's our total? 12. Okay, so let's try one more together. So we have 1, 2 completed 10 frames, so let's count. We have 10, 20. So we have 2 tens. We can put our 2 tens here. And then let's count how many ones. 1, 2, 3. So how many ones? 3. I'm going to put that here. So what is our total? If we have 2 tens and 3 ones, our total number is 24. 3. Okay? This should all be review. We've been practicing our 10s and our 1s all school year in Number Corner. So go ahead and hit pause, finish the rest of these equations, and come on back when you're ready. Okay, if you're back with me, that tells me you're all done with page 17. Let's turn the page to page 18. Okay, so on page 18, it's going to ask us to do some coloring. So if you need to hit pause to go get your crayons, your color pencils, or your markers, you may do that now. Okay, if you're back with me, that tells me you have your crayons, color pencils, or markers, and you're ready to rock and roll. So on the left-hand side, we're going to focus on this side first. It says color the pictures so they match the description. So here's what we have to do. We have to have our listening ears on so that we know exactly how to color each caterpillar. Ready? It says the shortest caterpillar is blue and orange. So which one out of these 3 is the shortest? Shortest is the smallest. So hit pause and color the shortest caterpillar blue and orange. Okay, if you're back with me, it means you've got your shortest caterpillar colored. Then it says the tallest caterpillar is red and green. So now we have to find the tallest caterpillar and color that one red and green. So hit pause, color the tallest caterpillar, and come on back when you're ready. Okay, if you're back with me, you're ready to move on. Let's read the next problem. The shortest little monster is brown. So the shortest little monster is brown. Hit pause, color that shortest monster brown. Okay, now we're going to color the tallest little monster purple. So now we're going to look for the tallest monster and color that one purple. All right, if you're back with me, that tells me all of your monsters are colored. The last picture we're coloring is this one with our baseball bats. It says, the shortest baseball bat is orange. So you're going to find the shortest baseball bat and color it orange. Okay, then it says, the yellow baseball bat is longer than the blue one. So now we have to think about it. So we colored the shortest baseball bat orange. Then it says the yellow baseball bat is longer than the blue one. So that means you have 2 baseball bats left. Let's ignore the one that's the orange. So the 2 that are left, the yellow baseball bat is the longer one, which means the blue baseball bat is the shorter one out of the 2. Okay? So pick which one is the longest left, and that's going to be yellow. And then pick the one that's shortest that's left, and that will be blue. Hit pause, color in those baseball bats, and come back when you're ready. Okay, so this is practicing that we're listening. We're thinking about smallest, shortest, tallest, biggest, those types of words that are defining to shapes, to attributes that we have to pay attention to, right? We've talked about it a lot, so hopefully this is all review. But if any of this is confusing, or if you're stuck on it, make sure that you bring it to our 11 o'clock meeting so we can talk about it. Okay, then moving over to the right-hand side, we're moving into shapes. It says, use the key to color each shape. A key is, remember, where it tells us what to do. Just like on our pages on the back of our reading logs when we're coloring in the sight words or when we're doing the math, the key tells us what numbers or what words are which color. So, for this key, it's telling us the trapezoids are going to be green, squares are going to be red, hexagons are yellow, and pentagons are blue. Remember, hexagons are 6-sided shapes, and pentagons are 5-sided shapes. So go through and find all of the trapezoids and color them green. Find all the squares and color them red. All the hexagons, color them yellow. And all the pentagons, color them blue. Hit pause, work on that, and come back when you're ready. Okay, if you're back with me, that tells me you have all of the shapes colored. Now, finally, it asks us to draw 2 different shapes that have 4 sides. Label each shape. So pick 2 shapes. They can be shapes on here or a shape that you remember in your super smart brain. Draw that shape and label it, meaning you're going to write if it's a square or if it's a rectangle or if it's a circle. What shapes have 4 sides? Draw it and then write what shape it is. Hit pause, draw your 2 shapes, and come back when you're ready. All right, if you're back with me, that tells me you're all done with page 18. Head on over to Seesaw and please send me a picture of page 17 and 18. And I just realized we can't see 18 because of the way the books were stapled together, but that's 18. If you have any questions, make sure you let me know. Let me know during our small groups or our whole class meeting, or you can send me a message on Dojo so we can talk about it. But everything that we're working on should be pretty much reviewed, which means it's all information in our super smart brains that we've learned all year long, and now we're just making sure that we remember it before we head off to summer vacation. All right, friends, that's it for math. Let me know if you have questions. Otherwise, I'll see you later. Bye, friends.